And a very good Monday morning to you. I'm FOX54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A lot of improvement over the last hour across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. A lot of improvement. Now, does that necessarily mean things are perfect? No, absolutely not. We're still going to be talking about some slick spots in the harder hit locations over the course of the weekend up across southern Middle Tennessee. We're definitely going to continue to talk about some slick spots in northwest Alabama. We're going to talk about some slick spots up across the Alabama-Tennessee state line, far north Alabama. We're going to continue to talk about some slick spots. So those are all things we obviously need to pay attention to over the next couple of hours. But we are beginning to see a little bit of improvement. Don't worry, that car's not slipping and sliding and just kind of stuck in the middle of the road. The camera has just simply frozen. But this is still a really good opportunity for me to tell you that when we looked at this picture an hour ago, it was a bit of a different scene. You couldn't even see the turn lane, couldn't see the yellow lines there indicating the median, 431 Governor's Drive. That's what we're looking at. And now the snow has cleared off the roadways. We can see the turning lane here as we get ready to approach the top. This is really close to where Governor's Drive 431 intersects with Montesano Boulevard. I think this is the traffic light prior to that one. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what that intersection is, but I think this is one intersection before Governor's 431, whatever you'd like to call it, intersects with Montesano Boulevard. So we have seen a lot of improvement. There's no snow on the trees anymore, still a little bit on the ground, but again, whatever is on the roadways has then now since melted off of the roadways. We're beginning to see a lot of breaks in the cloud cover, beginning to enjoy a fair amount of sunshine. This is another view from the top of Montesano, and I show you this one because it does look really pretty with a light dusting of snow there on top of Montesano. But then I show you it too to show you the breaks in the cloud cover. Look at that, a lot of breaks in the cloud cover this morning, finally getting to enjoy a little bit of blue sky. And that's gonna help. That's going to help improve not only, well, it's mostly going to help road conditions. I'd like to tell you that it was going to help us warm up this afternoon, but that is just definitely not going to be the case, let's be honest. But it is going to help improve road conditions as we can begin to warm some of those roads up, get maybe some of those roads above freezing. That's going to help melt away whatever black ice is still hanging on across the Tennessee Valley. Now, I do think some slick conditions are going to continue in some locations until we get to Tuesday, but across a majority of the area, we're really going to see some improvement today. Live look out over the Parkway. Parkway's been open since about 7 or 7:30 this morning, so some good news there. At this point, the Parkway looks nice and dry. Breaks in the cloud cover bring things back down in elevation, right? We go from the top of Montesano down into the city of Huntsville. Again, obviously, we're looking right over the Parkway. Some solid breaks in the cloud cover this morning, allowing plenty of sunshine to build its way in. Now, let's assume you do hit a couple of patches of black ice, and that is certainly going to be a possibility, again, especially across northwest Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, and across the Alabama-Tennessee state line. Still going to be possible to hit some icy patches. Don't use your cruise control today if you're going to be out and about. Increase your following distance, of course. Accelerate and brake slowly. That's the one I always like to hit on. If you hit a patch of black ice and you need to slow down, don't slam on your brakes. That's only going to make matters worse. You're going to want to gradually kind of pump your brakes so that your car comes to a stop slowly. Stay calm and try and steer into a skid. Radar looks nice and quiet this morning, though at this point that doesn't really say much because it's looked quiet through the entirety of the morning, but we obviously had that really light snow across a good chunk of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, but it was a dry snow, so it didn't really have any impact on us across the area. If anything, it just looked really pretty. But now a lot of that is coming to an end. I just showed you the different camera views there. We're beginning to see some sunshine. So the light snow, I do believe, has stopped. And from there, it does look like we are going to stay dry through the rest of the forecast period. So that's going to be quite nice. We're done talking about any precipitation. Dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Dry as we head into the weekend. And then look at that. By the time we get to Monday of next week, still going to be dry. I'm really excited about a much quieter forecast. The one thing I'm not excited about, however, is the cold air. And it is cold today. Don't go outside if you don't have to. I know the kids are off of school or at least having an e-learning day. They can stay inside. Hopefully you can stay inside as well. Today is not going to be the day to walk your dog. I was talking about this at the last hour. I learned just a couple of weeks ago that it is just as dangerous to walk your dog when it's incredibly cold, just like it's incredibly dangerous to walk your dog when it's really hot. In the heat, the pavement gets really hot. That's not good on their pads. Well, it's equally as bad on their pads to walk your dog when it's really cold outside, because that can cause their pads to get really dry and hard and crack. So believe it or not, you need to keep your dog's pads moisturized. These are the things I have learned since getting a dog. 14 degrees right now in Pulaski, 16 in Fayetteville, 17 in Florence, 16 in Russellville, 18 in Moulton. Much the same elsewhere across the Tennessee Valley. You head east of I-65, 18 degrees in Huntsville. Arab and Albertville both sitting at 18 degrees. Coleman sitting at a balmy 19. And we're also sitting at 19 degrees, both Scottsboro and Fort Payne. Temperature's not going to warm up at all this afternoon. The one area where I think we're going to continue to see improvement are the pavement temperatures. Pavement temperatures really beginning to come up this morning, even across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. And to be perfectly honest, I actually did not think that pavement temperatures were going to get this high across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. So the sunshine definitely doing them some good. Hopefully those numbers are going to continue to come up over the next couple of hours and we can begin to see some improvement on the roadways, more improvement up across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. Otherwise, Huntsville recording a pavement temperature of 32 degrees above freezing in portions of northeast Alabama, Arab, Albertville, Fort Payne, Coleman, all talking about pavement temperatures in the mid-30s at this point. And that's some good news because whatever black ice is on the surface of the road is quickly going to unfreeze and then dry with the sunshine that we're getting. So I would anticipate that these numbers are probably going to continue to climb, despite the fact that air temperatures are not going to climb today. Not at all, not in the least. It's only going to be 27 this afternoon with a fair amount of sunshine. We're already beginning to see some of that today, and we're going to get to continue to enjoy it through the rest of the afternoon. Now, that said, it is going to get really cold tonight. Cold weather advisory going to be in place 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Tuesday. Look at this. Look how cold we are going to get as we head into the overnight. Temperatures have no problems dropping into the single digits across the Tennessee Valley, especially up across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. We're also going to see temperatures likely drop off into the single digits across the higher elevations of northeast Alabama, anywhere between 6 and 8 degrees. Now, normally, if you live in a newer home that's kind of been built within the last 15 or so years, all of those homes are probably built on a slab. It has to get really, really cold in order to have to run or drip your faucets. This is really, really cold, okay? So even if you're on a slab, my house is built on a slab, I'm gonna drip my faucets tonight, right? And if I'm gonna do it, then I feel like you, by nature, should do it. Like, if the guy talking about the cold is gonna drip his faucets, then I feel like that's an indicator that everybody else should probably drip their faucets. This air is cold enough that I'm going to want to drip my faucets even though my house is built on a slab. And again, normally having your house built on a slab provides a lot of natural plumbing or insulation for your underground plumbing. This is going to make me drip my faucets tonight. I have not dripped them thus far this year, but we also have not been this cold at night so far this year. As a matter of fact, if we do get as cold as I think we're going to get as we head into the overnight, it'll be the coldest night recorded at Huntsville International since January 22nd of last year. Now, we are going to get above freezing on Tuesday. Temperature's going to climb into the mid and upper 30s. A couple of folks could even see 40 degrees. Wouldn't that be nice? Still well below where we should be this time of year. The average high temperature right around 53 or 54. We're still going to be nowhere near that, but it's an accomplishment at this point to get above freezing. So really excited about that. Plenty of sunshine as we head into your Tuesday afternoon as well, which will call for continued improvement in those hardest hit areas across the Tennessee Valley, southern Middle Tennessee, and then far northwest Alabama. Coming up tonight on Fox 54 News at 5:30 and then Fox 54 News at 6. Fox 54 News at 5:30 will be right here on Fox 54. Fox 54 News at 6 will be over on Fox 54 Plus. I'll show you a complete and total 7-day forecast. Spoiler alert, it is still going to be chilly. If you want updates throughout the rest of the afternoon, of course, you can follow my Facebook page at Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. In the meantime, have a great rest of your morning.